I'm not. That's all right. We'll open it up for questions.
Aaron, for you, being back in the playoffs for the first time since 2021, can you kind of walk us through the emotions you're feeling right now?
Yeah, a lot of gratitude. For the journey. Every season is different, has its challenges, adversity. We haven't made it easy on ourselves. Really the second, really all season, I guess. But I'm proud of our guys. From really the, quasi 2-minute drive at the end of the first half through the second half, we played really good ball on offense. So I'm proud of the way that we responded multiple times after they took the lead. And it just takes a little belief at this point in the season. There's 14 teams that'll be left. 18 will be playing their off season. It's good to be a part of the 14 after so many years. 22 we lost in the last game to make the playoffs. 23 I was out. 24 we were terrible. So it's nice to be back in this position.
Aaron, what was it like to be Calvin's touchdown? What you saw, how it developed for you?
Calvin's the sweetest guy. I mean, he is just ever since the Malibu trip in the off season. Just have such a love and appreciation for Cal and his disposition. And multiple times in the huddle, I'm asking him on various plays, "What do you want on the backside? What do you want on the backside?" And he wouldn't give me a straight answer. And on this particular huddle conversation, I said, "What do you want, Cal?" He said, and somebody to my right, I don't know if it was McCormick or Pat, said something about like, "Man, just go cook him or something." So I said, "All right, Cal, you run the hitch and go back there." And I was really thinking the front side 3-man combination that we worked and had success with most of the night was kind of my first thought. But I just peeked back to the left and saw number 3 slip, and it's a gimme touchdown. But I'm proud of Calvin and the line really gave me a lot of time all day. They played really well.
What do you think about this passing offense? You guys able to make big plays in a big game without DK Metcalf, the guy who's been a leader for you guys a lot this year?
Well, we got a lot of talented guys, a lot of capable guys. Proud of the way that we responded. There's some things that happened in the game that we've been trying to get to the entire season that hadn't really shown up. Like Pat on the second last drive had a big, double up stutter down the middle completion. We've been talking about that thing since Latrobe and haven't really had a lot of opportunities. But he ran just an absolute beautiful route that kind of set us up. Then we had the craziness of the helmet conking out and the personnel groupings we had on the field and the wristband. I mean, it was chaos. But we got to a good call there on third down to run it in, and then the 2-minute drive. Started off with a nice quick game completion, and I thought we were efficient and had a chance on third down to go to Cal, and he ran a good route. We made it happen.
You've had a lot of what was going on that goal to go with the timeout?
I couldn't hear anything. In that situation, you can, because of the personnel we had on the field, we had big personnel on the field. I mean, Spence was in the game. There's not a whole lot of plays we can get to, that I can just call kind of off the cuff. We did it on the one, and I was thinking, this is way too important. We're down by 4 points. We need a touchdown here. Who cares about the timeouts at this point? I couldn't believe, though, when we got the replacement helmet, that one didn't work either. I mean, poor Derek, who's the absolute best, handling the helmets on the sideline. We're trying to figure it out. But, we got to a good call on that third down play we've been working on. Kenny ran it in. Mason had a really nice block. And then, thankfully, we didn't need really the helmet on the last drive, but it was kind of back to normal a little bit.
What was Aaron trying to give you?
Yeah, there's a wristband. So I've been kind of, most of my career, anti-wristband. Mike McCarthy was always anti-wristband. But Matt LaFleur has the longest play calls in the league. Mike McDaniel actually probably does. But Matt had some long ones. So I started wearing the wristband. And so I haven't been wearing it this year. But Mason likes to have the wristband on the sideline. And he threw it out to me. And I thought the backup helmet was going to work, so I threw it back and ran out there, and the backup helmet wasn't working. So we were, in some communication issues.
Aaron, how would you describe how your teammates handled that moment? What was it like to be with them in that situation?
Which one?
The end of the game, that last drive you guys had.
Oh, it was good. I mean, we talked. We had 2:20 to start, and no timeouts. And I just said, let's try and finish the game with the. Let's run it down there and score with not much time left So the reminder is always in that situation, yards over time until you get to a minute. And, called just kind of a slant from the backside and a 3-man combination away. Calvin made a nice catch and run. Let it go to 2 minutes, and then we had some efficient passes, and looked like there might have been a hold on the second down, but we came back and converted on third down. It was kind of pandemonium, but we knew we still had some time on the clock. And then, Lamar was making some wild plays tonight, which you expect because he's such a talented player. He's going to be a gold jacket when it's all said and done, but I'm glad they missed that last one.
Aaron, you talked about not making it easy on yourselves over the course of the season. This team's dealt with a lot of adversity. It's shown a lot of resilience. Where do you feel like that's come from, that you guys always seem to get back up off the mat?
I think there's a lot of belief in the leadership of the team. I think there's an important part of the leadership role in being as even keel as possible and always believing you got a chance. But it takes moments like this. We back in 2010. We were 9-6 playing Chicago last game of the year, and we eked out a close one in the fourth quarter, 10-3, and it gave us a little bit of belief. And then we went on a run where we were underdogs, I believe, the entire playoffs. We're underdogs at home tonight against our division rival. I think it's going to give us some belief. Now we're playing, I believe, the Texans. Is that right? They're coming off 9 in a row, I think. So who knows if they'll make us an underdog again at home. But the belief level in the locker room after a win like this is exponentially greater, which is what you want to have going into next week. And then obviously we had DK back.
Aaron, Patrick Queen just said that he didn't watch that last field goal attempt, that he just stared straight ahead. Did you watch the last field goal?
Of course, yeah, I watched it.
What was going through your mind?
A lot of emotions. Couldn't believe we're in that position. Hope he doesn't make it. It's always kind of, you watch the kicker. I was watching Ben too because he was trying to block it. You're watching the kicker and the ball just seemed to be heading right to start. So, it's chaos, disbelief, gratitude, a lot of emotions. Just really, really thankful, and that's why I told Mr. Rooney and Andy and Omar just to be able to get brought in here and be a part of this team, and just the way I bonded with the guys and the way they've put their arms around me and allowed me to be myself and listen to me and let me lead and inspire me the way they have. It's a good group of guys.
Freiermuth hasn't gotten the bulk of targets this year, but he continues to come up and seems like in big moments for you guys. What can you say about his focus to be there when you need him, especially in those huge moments today?
I have a lot of respect for Pat, first and foremost, the way he's handled himself this entire season. Pat is a dynamic player, and with the emergence of Darnell and the big personnel that we've done, he hasn't had as many snaps as he's used to or would have wanted, but not one time this entire year, and he's my locker mate, so I can say this with absolute confidence and 100% honesty, not one time did I hear him complain about his snap count, about anything. It was, there's a lot to be said for that. I think that's a lost part of this league, to be able to humble yourself and kind of lean into the collective instead of make it about yourself week in and week out when he knows he can play. And he made plays last week on the 2-minute, and he made plays in the fourth quarter, really all game. I thought we did a good job. Just little things that you talk about in Latrobe and you hope show up. We had a 3rd and 10. We went on a first sound, a center snap by Zach, right, where he just kind of goes up, waits, and snaps it. And they bring strong dog. They bring the mic, and they bring 44 off the slot. And we talked from day one when I got here. I like throwing vertical peaks, first pressure. So start off by looking vertical. And we actually kind of made eye contact in the huddle and just said, be alert. And then sure enough, he widens slightly like he's supposed to. He catches the ball with his hands. He gets 14 yards, and that's a drive continuer. We talked on through routes. If you get 2-man, double up, take your time, give him an outbreak look, and then go down the middle. And on the second last drive, he ran an absolutely unbelievable route. And it was just perfect. I'm literally throwing it, kind of laughing at myself because I'm like, this is it. See, I've been talking about this forever. But I'm just really proud of him. I can't say enough good things about Pat. He is an exceptional human and a great teammate, and there's a lot to be said for that in this league.
Two more.
What did you see on the touchdown pass to Austin, and how important was it to have him back?
Yeah, it was good to have Cal back. He's a great player. He's one of the sweetest guys on the team, and just a guy who really wants to do right all the time. And I was saying earlier, we were just trying to get him to give me some confidence on what he wanted on the backside of some of these 3-by-1 concepts, and he finally, on that one, he wouldn't kind of put a stamp on something. So I said, all right, hitch and go, and he ran a good route. But there were other plays that he made today that were instinctive, and some show up in the stat box, and some don't. But really proud of all of our guys, and excited to get DK back.
You mentioned belief before, and talking to guys this week. A lot of people thought that even though you were shorthanded a little bit, you could help elevate guys around you. And so when so many people are counting on you to deliver like that, does that part still resonate with you at this point in your career?
Yeah, that's what you want. You want the ball in your hands with 2:20 left, and you need a touchdown. That's exactly what you want. And I was calm all day long, with the gravity of the game and knowing what was in store for us. But I was confident that I was going to play a good game, and that I could kind of be the magnetic force out there to keep guys confident and calm. And even that 2-minute, I was like, we're good. We're going to go down and score, and don't worry about it, boys. But I think that's part of it, being the old guy, having a lot of gray in your beard, is they expect things from you, and it's nice to be able to deliver in moments like that.
All right. Thanks, sir.
You ready? Whew, man. It's another one in the history of this series, man. It's an honor to be a part of this rivalry with that group. Got a lot of respect for them, man. Obviously, it was a 60-minute football game. But I'm just happy for those guys in that locker room. They fought and fought and fought, not only tonight, but throughout the entire journey. And so we move forward. I'm thankful for that. I'm excited about what lies ahead. Not only the game next week, but the work in front of it, because that's how we get there. That's how we engineer victory. The guys had a great week this week, and I think they put that on display. We supported one another. Certainly wasn't easy. Defense supported offense when offense needed to be supported. Offense supported defense when defense needed to be supported. And that's team. And we're AFC North champions. And that sounds good and it feels good. But we didn't come here for that. We came here for what lies ahead. And so excited about that. Thankful. Got some bumps and bruises associated with play. We'll assess that. I hear we got a Monday night game, which is great. It's an additional day. We're gonna need it. And I'll pause and open up for questions.
Mike, what did you guys do in the second half to shut down Derek? I think he only had 14 rushing yards in the second half.
The guys just played hard. They did. I didn't feel like he was running wild in the first half, although his numbers said that he was. I think the 2 times we saw him this year, man, we worked hard to make him earn it. He's a special player. They're a special group in terms of what they do around him and in that phase of the game. And, so you're not going to be able to shut him down all the time. But I thought we were game for the fight for sure.
Mike, what was it like to be in that moment with Aaron and the way he led them back?
I've admired him from afar for a long time. It's good to do it with him. But again, as I've said multiple times here in recent weeks, this was the vision in the spring when we pursued him. That's why you do business with a 41, 42-year-old guy. Been there, done that, guy with a resume like his. He's not only capable, man, he thrives in it. And I think he put that on display tonight.
You have to put a lot of those 41 and 42 years into whatever was going on with the headset and the helmets on that goal to go series.
It's going to be challenges like that. There's always the unforeseen in this game. We dealt with it. It didn't prevent us from winning, and so we move on.
Coach, what did it mean to have T.J. Watt back and for him to make that splash play, interception?
This series has been defined by great players, Earlier this week, I was talking about T.J. and Lamar. I didn't question whether either guy was going to show up, because that's just the nature of this thing, man. Their relationship is tied together for life, man, just like Big Ben and Suggs. It's the men that make this rivalry what it is, and those two guys put that on display. Certainly, I'm glad TJ is with us, but tip of the cap to Lamar because he's a tremendous athlete and competitor.
Coach, talk about Boswell. I know you didn't prefer it the way everything went, but how the team actually picked Boswell up after Boswell won so many games for this team in the past.
It's just team. Like I said, we supported one component of his game, and we probably overplayed the short yardage situation on the second one. But you just got to compliment him for the talent and competitor that he is. He fought tooth and nail, man, to lead his team to victory, and you got to just respect that.
Coach, no DK Metcalf this game. Last game, you were only able to score 6 points. You scored 26 tonight. So what was the difference last week versus this week to be able to score 26 points?
As I said last week and leading up to this game, it was reasonable to expect us to be better. It's one more additional game without him. You don't stay the same. There's growth associated in last week's performance. If we change nothing, I expected us to be better. But certainly we're going to do whatever it is we need to do to get better and improve. Calvin Austin played in this one. He didn't play last week, and I think you felt the effects of him in game. And so that's just how it goes.
About the impact of Jalen Warren in that regard, especially some of those catches in the flat.
Man, we got two awesome backs, and their efforts are appreciated not only in the running game but in the passing game. And certainly Jalen was big, Kenny G was big. Just appreciative of that tandem.
Mike, you were asked on Tuesday about the fans. There's been a lot of negativity going around. It seemed like they showed up here tonight and for your defense. And do you feel like they had an impact on that last kick for a rookie in a big situation?
There's nothing like Acrisure in the friendly confines of Acrisure. And I'm just thankful for the support that we have and the environment that we had tonight. It was a legendary night in the history of this series. And so it's humbling to be a part of it.
Mike, you mentioned Aaron, being a player that thrives in the fight. How do you instill the fight, the whatever it takes mentality to the rest of the roster in a game like this where you need everybody?
You do business with people that have that in them. We turn stones over in the evaluation of talent, not only in terms of their skill, but their will and their relationship with the game. And you get people that love football, people that love the life, as opposed to the lifestyle, and you train them. And that's what we try to do.
Coach, talk about that 8 player, Cam Hayward, the type of performance he had today. He even went both ways.
Cam been here a long time. He's got a lot invested. He cares hard. I don't know what I can say about Cam that hadn't been said. He's a Steeler, man. He's a quintessential Steeler.
Come about for him to be part of the shove play with his brother taking Darnell's place.
Well, we needed to replace a big man with a big man, and so we did. He replaced Darnell, and he did a nice job.
Down 10-0 in a championship game that early. You're a veteran team. What was kind of the vibes or something at that point?
I don't know that we absorbed it in that way. It's 60 minutes of football. That game wasn't going to be decided in 15 minutes or whatever, and it wasn't.
It's like in a field goal like that, just win or lose, do you watch it? Do you turn away? Do you?
Man, I'm going to watch it. Are you kidding me? I don't have any. We were just so singularly focused on getting in and out of this stadium. We're certainly going to turn our attentions to them very soon.
Mike, did you make a concerted effort to attack more down the field after Hamilton left the game?
No. We were going to play aggressive and play to win, whether Kyle was in there or not. Got a lot of respect for Kyle. Obviously, he's a significant player, but particularly in passing circumstances, he plays more in their front than he does their back end anyway. He plays dime linebacker in passing situations, and so has very little impact on downfield throws.
Can you talk about this team's resilience? You've taken a lot of punches this year, and it seems like they keep getting back up.
We've thrown a lot too.
I mean, how can you put into words just the thin line between if they make that kick, season's over, comes to a screeching halt, and missing that kick and the winner going on?
You know how it is. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
Won the division since you've been on the team. What does it feel like? I think the last one came in 2020, 2021. Just the emotions running through you guys right now.
It feels awesome, man. Winning is tough in this league, man. It's so tough. You put so much work into it. Ninth season, like you said, to win it 3 times just lets you know how rare it is, how much you need to appreciate it. But with that comes not getting a win in the playoffs. So we're not just here to take part, man. We want to come in here and we want to win games.
What was the scene in there after the game? What can you...
Cigar smoke everywhere, man. Try to get out of there as quick as possible.
How you feel, TJ?
I feel really good. Honestly, I feel really good. We'll see how I feel these next couple of days. Nice that we're playing Monday, so I get an extra day. But I honestly am really pleased with how I felt. Hats off to the training staff, strength staff for getting me ready to go. Felt great out there tonight.
TJ, what did you see on the interception with the deflection by Hayward?
Just trying to rush. I mean, anytime you play hard, man, the ball finds you and you just make plays. And anytime you feel like you need to make a play, you just got to go as hard as you possibly can, as fast as you can. And even though I wasn't able to get to the quarterback, the ball just popped up in my ear, and I was able to make the play. But I think it was Cam or Keanu who made the batted pass, man. That's what started it all.
TJ, what went through your mind during the Ravens' last field goal attempt? Were you able to watch it? I mean, what was kind of happening for you?
Yeah, I was out there for it, so I saw it. Just really excited. Anytime you can win a football game, especially against 2 historic franchises, I mean, it feels like every time we get together, we're talking about just those legacy type plays and just huge moments every time we get together, and glad we were on the winning end of it this time.
What do you say about Lamar Jackson as an opponent? 3 explosive plays he hit against you guys. You guys were locking a lot of the underneath stuff down, but for him to stay focused and make big plays to put pressure on you guys, it just seemed like another great game between you guys.
I mean, yeah, he's MVP for a reason. They know us, we know them. I feel like right when you feel like you have him bottled up, you have him right where you want him, he makes one of those big-time MVP plays. And we know those things are going to happen, but to be able to bow up in big-time moments as good as we possibly could. Obviously, there's a lot more plays out there that we want to make. Just happy to have a win, man.
TJ, your thoughts on just your ability, you and the defense's ability to pretty much shut down Henry and the offense, the running attack of the Ravens?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously the first play of the game, they had a good scheme of what we've done in the past, and after that they had a couple good runs, but I mean, we really stopped them from there on out, especially coming out of halftime. We just really wanted to bow up on the run, knowing what they wanted to do. It all just comes down to gap sound football, getting hands to the ball, trying to strike at the football as much as we possibly could. And we just played with a lot of energy tonight, a lot of passion, a lot of want to, and I'm just really proud of our guys.
TJ, the adjustment that you guys made, that you saw that they were doing, that you guys had to adjust against to stop that run in the second half?
Just running the ball, just commitment to it. I think it's just, I mean, anytime we watch a run play, it's always someone out there gap, someone missing a tackle. There's nothing mystical to any of it, and it's just about when one thing goes wrong, we can't all try to fix it. We all just have to know that the next play, we're all going to do our job. Once you start trying to play Superman balls, when you're in trouble.
People often say that teams take on the personality of their head coach. Do you see that with this team?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think for 9 years you've seen it. We have a lot of resiliency. We have a lot of fun. We love football. We love the process. We really lean on each other in moments. You know, it's cool when you see the ball in the hands of 8 there. It's like, he's here for a reason. This is why he's here. This is the best dude in the NFL for this moment. And to be able to see him deliver on a big stage like that was incredible to see.
You talk about resiliency. You guys have dealt with a lot over the last month. You personally and the team. Why does this team have that? How does it keep getting back up through all the punches you've taken?
I mean, it goes back to leadership. It goes back to coaching. It just goes back to want to, for love of the game, for the process, for understanding how rare of an opportunity we have to play the game that we love for a living and to play big-time moments in front of big-time crowds like that. I mean, you can just feel the weight of each and every play out there tonight. And I can't wait for next week to feel it again. And I think we just have a lot of guys who understand the importance of the moment and understand how rare it is to be exactly where we are and just appreciate the moment. And when those big-time plays are to be made, the majority of the time we've been able to make them. But obviously there's a lot more to make.
Last time you guys played a home playoff game, there weren't any fans here. And so now you guys are playing a game next week, do or die again, playoff game at home. There'll be fans here. So what's the excitement level for that like?
Through the roof. I mean, tonight was, arguably the best atmosphere I've been a part of here in Pittsburgh. It was absolutely incredible. The fans were loud when they needed to be loud. They were quiet when they needed to be quiet. Renegade was played at a great time. I know we didn't deliver for Renegade, but just an incredible atmosphere, man. This is why we play.
TJ, you mentioned Aaron. What was it like in those moments to have him as your teammate in those scenarios when the offense needed to score?
Yeah, it was a weird, no panic feeling. It was just calm. Like, it wasn't like, just confident, man. We've seen him work a 2-minute drill so many times. We've seen those ball at the 2-yard line, 7 shots type plays so many times, and just complete confidence in him in the offense.
TJ, how did your first hit back feel? Did you have any emotions around that? And were there any points today where you're like, hey, I'm back here, I'm not on the sideline, or wherever you're watching the last 3 games?
No, honestly, no. That was part of why I felt so comfortable playing tonight, was that if I was going to play, I knew I was going to be able to play to the best of my ability as fast as I possibly could. And honestly, my legs just felt really fresh, so that was exciting.
What can you say about Cam Hayward? Just bring Cam in. What can you say about he's coming in? But what can you say about Cam Hayward? Just it seemed like he was fighting every play, like he always is. But and you two as teammates for all the battles that you guys have been through, especially against this team.
Yeah, I mean, took a big hit on the first play of the game too, and he was right back out there the next play or a couple plays after that, and just always around the football, man. The defensive tackle at 45 years old is incredible. Just awesome to have him as a teammate, honestly. Just the leadership. Gave a great speech last night, gave a great speech today. It's important to win, and there's certain people you want to deliver wins for, and he's definitely one of those guys. So I know he might not be able to fit this hat, but I'm excited that he's got one.
TJ, talk about what this game could do for this particular team. Last week, you had a chance to wrap it up. However, tonight was win or go home. So how can this particular game help you going into the playoffs?
I think it's just momentum. Understand that we can deliver when it gets thick, and just a lot of belief, man. Truly a lot of belief in offense, defense, special teams. We have the tools. We just need to go out and deliver.